start. Okay, let's try something different. Let's build a QR code generator in Ruby. The goal of this project is to build a Sinatra based backend and APIs, and then use React as the front end. And it's a QR code generator where you can enter like the title or description and the link where you want the QR code to lead to when you scan it. And we will not use any databases to store that. We will use Cloudinary to upload the file, and we will use just a simple JSON file to store new records. So yeah, so it's gonna be Ruby Sinatra backend for APIs, and just like a web server. We're gonna use Puma, and we're gonna use React as the front end. Okay, so let's start. I have this folder. Let's init gem file. Let's create qrcode.rb. Let's open the project in our Visual Studio. Okay, so we will use a gem. Let me just see. To generate the QR code itself as a PNG, and we will use it's called our QR code. So let's see. So let's add this to our gem file. Let's run bundle. Okay. We will also use Cloudinary. If you're not familiar with Cloudinary, they're asset hosting platform. We're going to be using upload images. So let's also do that gem. So it's Cloudinary. Okay, and let's go to our QR code. So here, let's see. So we need our QR code. We need our Cloudinary, and let's do a class QR code. So what do we want to use? We want to use let's see, we want to do title, which is a required field. All the fields are going to be required anyway. We will use description, and let's see here in the docs, what do we need to pass for the actual code? So we will store all codes as PNG. So as PNG, we need color, okay, and we need fill color. Size is gonna be the same for all QR codes. Okay, so then we need, let's call it main color, and this let's call fill color. So main color, fill color, and I guess the last thing that we actually need is the URL that we're gonna be opening once we scan the code. So let's initialize variables, description, main color, fill color, and URL. And we want to be only to read. We don't want to be changing any values. And URL. Okay, so we have our class. We have our attribute reader set. Okay, so now let's think about what we actually want to accomplish here. So from the front end side, so you would enter all this information, you would enter all of these details here, and we would pass it, and then now we need to generate an image. We also want to store it in a JSON file, so we want to upload the file to Cloudinary. Okay, so to store images, let's do like QR codes. This is the folder where we're going to be saving the actual image. Now for Cloudinary, let me see, Cloudinary gem, Cloudinary. Okay, we won't be using any of these. Upload. So for upload, we need to pass the actual file. So that means we need to create a file first, and we need to open that file that we created and send it to Cloudinary. And then Cloudinary is gonna give us a URL to the actual file in the response. So okay, let's try it out. Let's try out. So we need, okay, so let's do our method. Let's do, say, def generate code. So here, what do we need? We need QR code, and let's do, so let's see how do you actually do this. So QR code, so like this, and then our URL is actually here, URL, and then a QR code dot, let's see what the documentation say. Come on, you don't want to get resized? Okay, I guess. Sure. So then as PNG, we need all of these, and we will be writing that file like that, actually creating that file like that. So let's see, PNG, and what do we need to modify here? So our color, this is not going to be that one, this will be our main color, and then fill will be our fill color, and then our name. So we have our QR codes folder. So QR codes, and then here what we want to do is use the actual title. So we will say title, but now we need to so say you pass, for example, my QR code, right? So we need to remove all the white space, lowercase, everything, and replace the actual white space with underscore. So let's do, first we will downcase, and then we will do split, and then join, and then the join will be by underscore, and then this is a PNG file, so let's do PNG, and we can actually store this, let's say file name or image file name, and let's do that, and then we will just use like this. Okay, so now we have our image file name, and that should create a QR code. Okay, now let's test this out. Let's see. So QR code, and let's say C, so QR code new, and we have title, test 1, we have, what else do we say? We have description, my QR code, we have main color, let's do actually red. Then we have fill color, let's do white, and we have URL. Okay, so if you generate code, so there is our code. Perfect. Now just the thing, the size is too small, and we can maybe do like 480, so that's gonna be a bigger one. And if you also see, it's test 1, so that's lowercase, and that's our code. Okay, so this first part works. So now what we need, we need to upload the actual file to Cloudinary. Now to do that, let me just see something quickly. Okay. Okay, so I had to generate a Cloudinary API key. So what we will do now is we will say image. So the image that we just created, that will be file.open, so we need to open it, and then it's in QR codes folder, and we need to paste the image file name. So this is our image file name. So actually we have a PNG already there. So that's our image. So now to push things to Cloudinary, let's see what the docs say here. So we need to pass our cloud name, our API key, secret key, and then the file, and then the auth. Okay, so here we need cloud name, okay, we need API key, we need API secret, and then we need Cloudinary uploader dot upload, and then it will be image and then auth, and that should give us all kinds of data back. So we can say Cloudinary response, we can store it in a response, and then it will give us a secure URL. Okay, so now here when you generate your Cloudinary account, you will get API keys, and these keys will be not active after I do the video. Let me just see. Okay. That was 8. Okay, so that's our secret, and we should have this file uploaded. So let's try again. Okay, let's see. So require relative QR code, and we will say C is QR code.new, and then we will say here title Marco 1 description my QR code main color, now let's do green, fill color white, a URL. Okay, generate code, and done. And this is what we got in our Cloudinary. So let's see, first here we got that QR code, and then if you open the URL we got from Cloudinary, we got the same one. Okay, so that thing works. So now what we want is we want to store this into a, let's call this, I don't know, db.json. So I need to require JSON. So okay, now let's see. So we uploaded that, and now we want to append, or yeah, I guess append to the existing DB. Yeah, this would be our database. So let's see what we can do. Actually, first let's do something. Let's break this down a little bit. So okay, and then this is Cloudinary part. So let's call this upload image to Cloudinary, and this will be our private method. So then file name, and here we will also paste file name, and then because we got the secure URL, so this is actually going to be path to the image, and we can say uploaded image path, and that will be like that. So we have that URL now. So now what we can do, so we have that. So okay, now we should update to JSON. So let's do like a container first. Let's call this temp hash, and let's say, okay, what do we have? We have title, we have description, which is description, and then we will use should we say image? Yeah, let's use image, and this image will be uploaded image path. So let's think about this now. So what do we want to do? We want to see, we want to open the file first. We want to see, we want to read from db.json, but then when we read it, we need to say existing records, for example. And now what we can do, we can say our new record or new records will be JSON dot, parse existing records and temp hash. Temp hash is bad. Let's call this new record, singular. And then we will do file.open. We will open db.json. We will write to the file. And let's see. So file.write, and that will be new records like this. Okay, let's see. So this one is empty at the moment. So let's see then. Relative QR code, and then QR code of new, and let's say title, testing QR code, description, my QR code, main color. This one will be, let's do orange. Fill color, this will be white, and then URL like that, and then we will say generate code. Okay, so if you look in our db.json, so we have our testing QR code, my QR code, and we have the file. So this file should be orange version of the code, okay, and then testing QR code, okay, so that part works. So now let's also move this, let's say def update JSON DB, and we will upload it, image path, we will use that, image path, okay, and we will return the actual content of the JSON file. So then we can do here, we can say update JSON DB, and we can say this. So now once we do this again, we should see the actual JSON here in our response. So relative QR code, title, testing 3, description, main color, let's do blue, fill color, let's do white, URL is that, URL, and generate code. So we have our title and all of that, and we just need to, let me see, where is it? JSON.parse. So we will say here JSON DB, and then we will just parse it. And let me just see. This should be the blue one. that's the blue one. And okay, so that's our first part. So we have our DB. Let me just see, what is it, JSON lint or something? JSON lint, yeah. Okay, so that's the first part. Now let's do Sinatra in the next video.